This episode is brought to you by Mercer Brothers.
Woo!
Mercer Brothers is a cab, and it is a very delicious cab. It does have a bitter taste like a lot of cabs do. Some have a bitter. You can taste it like, oh, this is going to get me messed up. This is going to smoothly get me messed up. I hate to say that to you, but it is 14.5% alcohol, if that's what you want to know for the people that care. But the flavor profile is black currant, blackberry, and warm baking spices. We're going to say after we drank this, we didn't taste any of those things.
No. And I really tried to sniff it and like really, you know how they do that little thing, and then I can smell hints of what there's no
because we've had some wines that were dessert wines and they tasted like dessert wines, and so far the dessert wines that we tasted were too sweet.
Wine will get you fucked up if you finish the whole bottle.
Don't finish it by yourself.
Yeah, don't. This is a date wine. This is
If you finish,
finish it with someone else.
Hold on, wait, babe. If you want to finish it, only drink half the bottle. You'll be fine.
The bottle is right though. It would pair well with a roasted beef or lamb or grilled meat or vegetables with herbs or dried cheeses. Just don't drink it by yourself and think, oh, I'm going to take this wine, I'm going to drink it by myself at a BYOB event, and I am going to be, you will be the life of the party in all the wrong ways if you finish this bottle of wine by yourself.
Real talk.
And you don't want to go to a party right now because we're in a pandemic, so just put that all on chill.
Yep.
It's a red wine, it's hella delicious.
This is one of those that you know how, like, normally we don't save the cork or we don't use the little wine saver cork thing. If you're gonna buy this and have it for like your house, you want one of those wine saver cork stoppers.
We bought it from PA Wine to Spirits. It was only $18. It was delicious.
It's a good buy. It's a good buy. So shout out to them. And
whoever the Mercer Brothers is, congratulations, you made a great wine.
And if you're wondering why we look so as Snickle Fritz would say, inebriated, which is just inebriated, and
it's a 2017 wine.
We're was it sauced? Is that the word? Sauced?
We are not.
Yes, we are. I am. Well,
I'm not.
What's wrong with you? You need another shot.
No, I don't.
Or you need to finish the rest of what was in there.
We took 2 to 3 shots.
There's 3
before.
Okay, correction.
Oh wait, we took 3 to 4 shots before this video, so.
Well, we also had an excellent meal, which kind of soaked up all of that.
So, let's introduce ourselves for the people. I am at Jesse, also known as Sade or Day. You are?
Wait, are we gonna ever talk about your Twitter?
No, we're not. You're gonna talk about who you are, and she's gonna talk about who she is.
I am Angelie TV. If you haven't already, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Follow us on My House Wine on Instagram. Also, Angelie TV on Instagram. And that's about it. Snickle Fritz.
You should move over more.
This way?
Because you fell out of frame when you went right.
Okay, so let's all scoot towards Snickle
I'm
Fritz.
Lindsay. You can follow me at McWilson and 89. Follow me.
That was actually good. You didn't call yourself McWilson at 89.
So after we saw that the situationship, both episodes did really well, we are going to actually talk about what it's like being in an actual relationship, because we feel like that situationships should not be like the goals of life to be in a situationship.
Yeah, like those weren't like goals. That's not.
Those don't count.
We weren't telling y'all, oh yeah, this is what you should be in. I hope y'all didn't take it that way. But we were very happy that you guys enjoyed that episode. Yeah.
The 2 episodes did really well.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you what it's like being in a relationship, and we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly and even the great of being in a relationship, because relationships are awesome. Relationships are a team building experience, and everyone thinks that relationships are a fairy tale. They're not fairy tales. They're work, but they should not feel like work. That's the key thing. They should
It
never.
should be a job that you want to do.
Yes.
Like, this should be something that you want to.
That should
work
be the
towards.
highlight of I'm in
Yeah.
a relationship. I'm going to work, but at least I'm in a relationship type
Yeah,
thing.
like you should feel happy coming home.
So I'm usually a realist, and well, I'm usually an optimist. So let's start. I'm going to do the reverse and be like, hey, let's talk about the
Let's talk
bad.
about sex, baby.
No, we're not going to talk
No,
about
but
sex.
just go to all of it.
Let's
but
talk
that's as
about
much as I'm gonna give you.
the
That's
not
it.
so good part of relationships that people skip over because they're like, oh, it's all rosy, everything is great, everything is awesome, but it's not all great.
It's not all rosy and great. You actually have to help build on it to be all rosy and great.
And sometimes you can be stuck building something that I think some people realize early on that they don't want to talk about it. Or they don't want to, like, admit that whatever they're trying to build just isn't working.
It's like a lot of people don't even know what they're building on. They just think, oh, we're together, we. No, you have to build a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to start to build your house in order to build your whole house in stable condition.
And the issue is sometimes people settle and they're like, everything's going to be great. A
It's
relationship, everything's going to
It's
be
not.
great. Relationships have to always, every moment, every second, every minute is going. Like, I don't know who told people that it's work. And if you love that person enough, you're going to be like, okay, I'm ready to put in the work to do this. It's not going to be rose-colored glasses. Because sometimes you marry someone that's not a morning person, or you marry some person that goes to sleep early. And you gotta think about compromise. The
Yeah.
more you learn to realize what fight I want to fight and fight I don't want to
Because
fight.
you don't want, like, some things you be like, what's the point in me arguing with you about the fact that you're a morning person and that you may have woke me up? Like, so what?
That's
This is
the
gonna
fight.
solve.
Like, I love you. I
That's
don't care.
Hold on,
Like,
wait,
it's fine.
that's the fight me and her get in. I'm a morning
She
person.
really is a
She
morning
is
person.
not.
It's so
You wake
annoying.
up early?
She
I
wakes
wake
up hella early.
How
Why do you think I be answering your text dumb
How
early? Because
early?
she woke me
How
up.
early is hella early? 'Cause
Like,
I wake
I'm
up at
still-
7:30 in the morning
'cause
because I
I'm
have to on
Because
weekdays.
I'm still on, even though I'm disabled, I'm still on the work time that I used to work. Being already
Man, I
working
forced
at the
myself to go back to
hospital.
sleep.
It's like I would have to get up at 4 to get up at 4 to leave by 5 and to be at work by 6. That was my work thing.
Been there, done that. Don't give a fuck. I force myself to go back to sleep. She'll be like, you should get up now. Let's have coffee. I'll be like, you can go to hell. I'm going back to sleep. And then she'll be like, wake up, wake up. I'm like, no, none of that. Sometimes I'll just wake up because we've been together so long, like I can't sleep if she's not in the, like she'll get up and I'll be real stubborn, like I'm gonna stay asleep, but it's not the same. So then I wind up getting up, or she'll do things downstairs and make noise so that I can't sleep, or I wonder what she's doing and then I get up anyway.
Or she'll smell the aroma of coffee.
But our generation and the generation after us, they don't really believe in compromises, so they don't understand.
It's my way or the highway. If you
They don't
can't-
understand the idea of compromise. Sometimes I believe, and they like, oh, this relationship ain't working out. That's not how it works. It's not how it works.
They like blue and I like pink, so it's not gonna work out. That's not a.
Every relationship is work,
Mhm.
but it doesn't have to feel like work. If you're realizing if you want to get to their level and be like, or you want to meet them halfway and be like, hey, we're gonna figure out why this isn't working out. You just don't leave from a relationship. If it's a real relationship, you don't just leave. You can't just leave because there's something there, and you're like, oh, we need to figure out what's going on, what's not going on, what works, what doesn't work. You got to be able to connect with the other person. Or you weren't in a relationship. Maybe you should figure out if you were in a situationship. Sometimes a situationship
Or a
is
toxic
great.
relationship.
Yeah.
Because those are things too. Like a lot of times people for some reason I feel like people stay in these toxic relationships because they feel like, oh, I should give it more time, and time will make it better.
They should give it more time, or they don't want to be single.
Yeah, that's a big one too. Where people don't want to be single, they're like, I don't want to go back because they don't want to do the work again. But
we kind of touched on that in our situation episode. On relationships, like sometimes you should have to look at, maybe I'm in a situationship if you don't feel like you're in a relationship.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because relationships are not fairy tales. At the
not.
beginning, they are fairy tales. But once you're really into that relationship, it's not a fairy tale. You gotta work. You gotta put in the work. Even if you're like, oh, I really love this person. You can love you can love someone and be like, oh, this is work. But you're working because you love that person.
Right.
Even if you know who you are, you figure out more of who you are.
That's true. That's real true.
In that relationship. Communication is the key here.
Yeah. That's real talk.
In a relationship, if you don't communicate with one another, the other person is not a mind reader. They're not going to understand what you're going through. They're not going to understand what you're not going through because you're not vocal about it. No matter what gender you are, they're not going to understand and comprehend it if you don't blatantly sometimes say what it is that is on your mind.
Yeah. And it's frustrating for the other person. Like, if you're not communicating and you're not talking about whatever it is, it's really frustrating when someone has an attitude and they will not tell you what's wrong, or they don't want to talk, or they feel like
everything is fine. That is
that's not a thing.
I
Stop
told
saying
my
that.
boyfriend today, I was like, that is a key, that everything is wrong. If I ever say everything is fine, or you ever hear everything is good,
I'm fine, I'm good, I'm okay.
fine is the F word that you do not want to hear.
Yeah.
As a response.
Are we okay? We're fine. Oh.
When
that
Lizzie
makes it
comes
bad.
back down, I'm gonna say fine to her, and she's gonna be
She'll be like, what's wrong? Real talk.
fine is like the word to avoid.
And I mean, it's both. Like, a lot of people think it's just like, oh, well, these are words just with women, but it's men too. And a lot of men don't understand that they have to show that vulnerability, because you're not outside with everybody else. You're with whoever you're with. Like, you're in a relationship with your spouse, and they need to know how you're feeling. Period.
And people aren't mind readers.
No one wants to do that. Like, somebody's like, well, what's wrong? How you feeling? They're not, the person that you, if they love you, they're not just asking you that because, you know, I just want you to say I'm fine. No, they really want to know. You know, what can I do? Can I help you? Maybe I have an idea that you didn't think of that make you feel better. But, nah, you don't say I'm just good. That's annoying. It's annoying because your actions have probably already told them that something's wrong. You know, you're pouting, you're hitting stuff, whatever.
If someone says everything is fine, what does that mean?
It's not fine.
See?
That means it's not fine whatsoever, so that means you have to work on it.
Mm-hmm. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not being
And
okay.
a lot of people might sit there and say, oh, it's fine, it's fine. They'd be like, oh, okay. Be like, no, you dig deeper into it to find out what the heck is wrong. The reason why you just say, it's fine.
Yeah. You gotta,
That's like the F word for women.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As soon as I say, I'm fine. Oh, shit. What did I do? What didn't I do? What can I do? You know, communicate. If there's anyone that you should be open with, it's your partner. Like, that is the one time that you should be like, ooh, I can share that I'm upset, or I can share that something that you did earlier hurt me, or maybe someone said something at work and I can vent. That's when you can vent. Communicate. It makes it so much better when you don't feel like you gotta walk on eggshells around somebody. Like, if y'all communicate, it's gonna take such a weight off your shoulders to be able to be like, yo, I'm so glad that I did that. I actually just said, you know what? I had a terrible day at work. This is what happened. You want to hear about it? And listen to them when they're talking. Like, really engage.
And comprehending. Because you can listen and not hear anything.
Yeah, really engage and put yourself in their shoes. And, you know, don't sometimes even just let them vent.
So how do you know when something is like beyond comprehension? That's what some people like. I've been looking I looked at the analytics also, and I was like, situationships, why is these episodes going so well?
Because
so how do you
people
know
are-
when a relationship isn't working out? Or how do you, no, I have a better question. How do you understand that some people are in situationships
And they don't know?
they think they're in relationships? How do they know that they're in a situationship?
When you've thought about breaking up, running away, leaving that person on multiple occasions, or you've done it and then you get back with them for reasons that have nothing to do with love or admiration or feelings. It's just, I'm gonna get back with them.
practicality and function.
We still love each other. I
Stop
don't
looking
care
for
what it is.
perfect and try to settle for. Don't settle, but stop looking for perfect
And
and
look for
just
functionality.
Yeah,
Look for things
practicality.
Yeah, like, and I'm not talking, when I say practicality, I'm not meaning like, oh, he can fix a light bulb, so I better stay
Build with
there.
each other instead of.
He compliments me.
Stop looking for someone to build a house that already has a house. Like, stop being like, oh, I want to build a house with him because he looks like he can build a house. Build a house together.
Like, have dreams together.
Learn how to build a house together if y'all don't know how to build a house.
And teach each other. You know, the wonderful thing about being in a relationship that I've learned is that I stopped looking at it like I know so much and there's nothing you can show me. I've learned to open up and allow someone else to show me new things. Even if it's something that I'm like, I'm not doing that. Okay, let's do it. What the hell?
I've knocked down
And
walls,
enjoy it.
but I still pretend like I know everything because I have
You're
to
an
pretend
Aquarius.
like I know everything.
You're an Aquarius.
Like, I've knocked down all my walls, but I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm right.
That's a personality trait, though. You can't change your personality. That's who you are. That's that fiber in your DNA. That's who you are.
It's like, you're not gonna. Well, sometimes.
And the reason
Sometimes
why your
I like
man
to-
switches is because he loves that about
Sometimes
you.
I like to be like, oh, you're right and I'm wrong because it feels
No,
awesome
no.
to have the power to be like, oh, I'm right, you're wrong. No,
And
sometimes I like to be like,
Okay.
I'm wrong, you're right, because it makes the other person feel good. And I'm like, oh, you're right.
Even though in your case, 90% of the time you say this with that sarcasm shit, you're right, and you know that this is getting ready to be bad.
I don't know, but I don't want an argument sometimes because it's not worth arguing.
I'm gonna just let you figure it out. I'm gonna
I'm
let
gonna
you.
be like, you're right.
You right?
I don't mind the argument. I
You-
figure I make
No.
sure that you know you're wrong.
Yeah, you know them Aquariuses do
A
that.
lot of
I'm
the
a lonely
times,
Gemini out here,
Because
man.
sometimes it's exhausted to be right all the time, so you gotta be like, you're right. And I'm gonna let you be right because I'm tired of proving why I'm right, so you can be right this time and the second time.
I can't let that happen. I want you
Why?
to know that I'm right.
Sometimes
First
it's
of all,
fun to watch the other person
Fail.
be right.
That's what it is. They love the fact these Aquarius. Let me tell you about these Aquariuses, okay? They say,
You're not
"Oh,
Tamika.
I don't care. I'm challenged. What's up, Tamika, Cleveland, Ohio? How y'all doing?" But these fucking Aquariuses, okay? They'll let y'all think that you're right because they know you're wrong. So they just let it happen because they're like, we're not going to argue. We're just going to let you fail because we know you're going to fail.
But wait,
So I'm gonna just let you have it.
Hold on, wait, I'll give it to her, but be like, wait a second, babe. You're wrong. It says.
Fucking Aquariuses, man.
Sometimes you gotta help the other person
You
realize
gotta
why
laugh
they're
through
wrong.
it all. Like, you literally gotta laugh through it all.
net. You have a plan B while you're letting them enact plan A.
Like, listen, I know you're hanging that on a nail that's not going to support it, but I'm going to let you do it because you want to be right. And when it falls, guess who's going to help you put it back up? Me. Guess who's going to go and be like, babe, I knew that was going to fail, but I let you be you, and I bought you better this. Here you go. That's a relationship, and then y'all laugh afterwards. It's not all about proving a point. I mean, kind of.
No,
But-
look.
It kind of.
Even if I said that and I'm wrong, you make sure you prove a point to me.
Yeah, but half the time I'm wrong.
I'm just
Terribly.
saying, trying to give you some leverage, but you just push it back down.
No, she'll never let me feel like I'm right. She makes.
I
sure
let
I'm
Babe
wrong.
be right a lot of the times.
She'll make me feel like I'm right, but
Even
she knows.
even though if sometimes I'm like, it's not right. But,
And it depends on what it is. Like some things you'll argue
but
about, or
I
you'll
need,
try to.
sometimes I
and
need
you'll
you
be like,
to
whatever.
know that you. Sometimes I need you to figure it out for yourself. So when I I didn't know until yesterday that I was sometimes forcing the PlayStation controller, the PlayStation cord into the PlayStation the wrong way. I was like, no one ever told me I was doing it the wrong way. I wish someone would have told me. And he was like, oh, you've been doing it wrong this entire time sometimes. And I'm like, I wish you would have told me I was doing it wrong. I might not have accepted it right away. But I would have adjusted and fixed it because I know how
If he had
expensive
told you,
PlayStations
if
are.
he had said, "Babe, you know you're doing that the wrong way," you'd be like, "No, I'm not," and then you would
I
got
was
on
mad.
Google and
I
be
know.
like, "No, I'm not."
No, I was mad because he didn't tell me sooner that I was doing it the wrong way.
Oh,
That's That's her.
No, I had really something naughty to say about forcing the PlayStation stick the right way,
We're not gonna go down that block.
but you know.
That's
That's
another.
not this episode.
That's not this episode, but y'all better tune in because that's gonna be a good one. We talk about sticks. being
So
forced
you
on
want to know what
square.
I'm buying in the future for the PlayStation? I'm
Oh.
going to buy it.
Hold on.
Cordless
Wait a minute.
remote control.
No,
I didn't know where that was going. I was like, wait.
the remote controls are already cordless, but you got to plug them in when you need to charge them. So I'm going to buy a charging dock.
Come on now. Because that's what I'm about to do for the phones. Because
Cause
that
he's
thing
like,
in the car is dope. Where you can just like, bloop, and it charges. I'm like, oh, I want that. Like,
Charge
and it
this
charges.
up.
No. The fast charger for our phone.
you can
Okay,
also
that
buy a
charges
dock
this,
for your
but-
PlayStation controllers. And I'm just going to put them in
Yeah.
the dock so I don't have to worry about accidentally forcing. Because you know when you plug your USB things in your computer, sometimes you got to
Figure out which way. Yeah, I know.
He's like, sometimes you force it. I was like, I don't know that I do that. And he was like, but you do, and you've done that. I was like, you've never said it to me that I've
What if
done
y'all
it
did
wrong.
like a whole role reversal? I'm like, who's forcing it in the hole now? Be like, do I force it in? Is it being forced in? Would you like to see me the PlayStation remote?
He treats his PlayStation like his baby, even though we own 2 PlayStation 4s.
See, relationship issues. She's trying to buy shit. I ain't got shit to buy. This no, none of that. No.
No, wait, look, babe. You didn't let me.
Oh,
finish
if
my
you're
bad
wondering,
guys.
if you're looking at our glasses and you're like, I thought y'all were drinking red wine. What happened? See, what had happened was we filled up this bottle with Chardonnay.
We're about to
Come back.
Food.
I really gotta go.
So do I, but you gotta just hold it and conclude with us.
Okay. Well, since everyone has to pee, including me, so we're gonna go inside.
We're gonna conclude.
We're gonna conclude this. So
Sayonara.
Please subscribe to House
Yes.
Time.
Please
Yes.
subscribe. Please comment down below.
yeah, we need subs. So hit that subscribe button, smash that like button.
Leave
We
a
know
comment.
you like
Yes.
us.
Yes.